Hello, I'm Phyllis Hazlewood. The name of my YouTube channel, if you've not seen it, is Hazlewood Homestead. I'm Phyllis Hazlewood. Me and my husband took an old log cabin that was his great-great-grandfather's, and we rebuilt it. We took it in 82 or 83, and we started working on it. It took us 2 years and 7 months to get moved in, but then after we moved in, we were still working on it. This is the front behind me. I want you to see the front of it. This window over here, that's my kitchen window. That's one log room. The center hallway is called a dog trot. It was open originally in the cabin, and my husband's grandmother told me they used to sit in this dog trot, as they called it. They got a breeze going north and south in the home. They would sit out there and put the babies down on pallets on the floor while they sewed, mended, made quilts, made clothing, things that they needed, items that they needed. They made like dish towels out of flour sacks, and they would sew those up. So they did a lot of sewing in this hallway. You had a good breeze in the summer. This had no heating. No electric heating, no air conditioning, of course, back then. We went to the county seat in Dresden, Tennessee, to see about finding out when the cabin was built. And they only started keeping records there in 1848 was the first record keeping, and our cabin was in the documents there in 1848. However, after a lot of research on how our logs are cut, and I will be showing you a wall of the logs inside, that it was probably around 1820 to 1840 when this cabin was actually constructed from the trees on this property. My husband and I live out here on 90 acres. It's a 90-acre farm, and it's actually basically a community of the family. There are a lot of family members. His brothers live here in both directions. He has 2 brothers. His niece lives in his mother's home where she used to live. This is his great-great-grandparents' home. They bought this cabin and 162 acres, I believe, originally, to grow tobacco and cotton back in the back in the day. Now, I want you to come with me. We're going to start out in the dog trot. It's a room that we use basically as an office. The computer's in there, and I have an area for refreshments, that type of thing in that room. So come with me today and let's take a tour of our family cabin. I do have an addition on the back. Somebody just went by. I do have an addition on the back of the house that was added, they think around 1920, 21, somewhere in there. They added on a big room so that they could use that big room for doing whatever they do to tobacco. You people know what I'm talking about. They would twist it and they would sell it. So they did something with the tobacco in that big room. It was a work room, actually. Any kind of fruit or anything that they did with their meat that they grew, they did it in that room. My husband remembers the women of the family when he was a child in this house. They would kill hogs. They raised hogs and they would kill them, and they would make sausage, and they would cook the sausage, and they would mix it up and they would cook it, and everybody had to taste it with a biscuit, of course, to see if they had the seasoning right. So he's got some fabulous memories in this house. All right, let's get in the house. I'm in Tennessee, like I said, and the humidity is almost too much. Supposed to be a heat index today of 105 degrees. I think it's about right now 87 or 88 right now, going up to 95 with that heat index of 105. So let's get going in the cool house. All right, guys, let's go in this door. and get out of this heat. The first thing I want to show you in the dog trot is behind you where there is a red wall. That is all logs. I want to show you this gorgeous picture that was in the house. It was his grandmother's. And this is, let's see, yeah, Out for the Christmas Trees by Grandma Moses. She gave me this, and I love it. This wall behind the beadboard, which is original to the house, has the logs behind it. When they redid the house in 1921, they covered up all the logs so that it would be a fancy house, not an old log home. So this is a little thing that my grandmother used to have on her coffee table, and when she passed away, I got it and I framed it. This is used, this area, or this side of this little dog trot. I have got just refreshments. This is kind of a refreshment center here. I get an ice bucket out here, and we have some Cokes and things like that. Especially in this time of the year, we need something to cool us off. And this does open up right into the living room, cabin room, which I'm going to show you. This is a piece of furniture that I bought. I would probably say that I bought that 30 years ago for that space right there to put my things on and have a little refreshment center there. Now I'm going to turn and show you. He put a hardwood floor down in here. It was just great big planks. Put a hardwood floor. Alan did all the work himself. This is a piece of furniture that was not in the house. It was a piece of furniture that I got just for this space here. I thoroughly enjoy it being in here. I can serve. I can use it for a buffet. In addition to my kitchen, I can set up a buffet out here for when we have a group. This back door here goes outdoors, and it has a covered back porch on it. I do want to show you the old telephone. It is original to the house. There was it used to have a bell that would ring, but nobody's calling now, and they would pull this up and down, and they would speak into this part right here. This is actually, this is the part you would listen. You would put this to your ear and you would speak into this part. The cord, of course, over time, it has rotted off, but we still have the piece. Isn't this amazing? It was in the home when we got here, hanging on the wall in our kitchen, and they had it in their kitchen. And they used it there. So we have really been so thankful that we have some of the pieces that were original to the house. Now, I want to show you this large piece that was in the home when we got the cabin. If you guys know anything about who would have made this or where it was made, I would appreciate any input that you could give me on this piece. I'm going to say it's probably 8 feet tall, and this is not the original hardware. There was just a big knob that swung back and forth to open and close it. I did have a historian come and look at it. She did tell me, because of the saw marks on the back of the piece, back here on the very back, the saw marks indicated to her, when she came to look at our home, that it was not made in the United States. She felt like it had been brought over on a ship. And then how it got here, I do not know. I have no idea. But it's here. It was solid black. Alan stripped all of the black off of it. It was solid black. And he stripped all of it off, and he says it's cherry, solid cherry. So if you have any ideas about just even the age of this piece, it looks to me to be so maybe from a church. I just don't know. So if you have any ideas about this piece, just let me know. All right, so this is the dog trot area. And let me back up so you can see the whole deal. It's not that wide. It's not that big. Let me stand over here. You can kind of get an idea about how wide it is. And I just have a few pieces of furniture here. And this is the dog trot. And the dogs would lay here, north to south, doors that were open. There were no doors. And originally, this, let me point this out. This here is not log. This was open. There was no door. It was open. It was all open. Your doors were over here on your cabin rooms. Over here were doors to your cabin room. So there were no walls. It was all open for air circulation. This room is where we come to after we've done our chores for the day. The afternoon, if we're done with everything, the evening. This is the room that we retire to and rest a little bit, talk, read, watch TV, catch up on the news. We just come in here and relax. I'm going to take you around. I'm going to show you everything. Then I'll give you a glance of all the things, and then I'll come back and I'll talk to you about some of the items. All right, come on with me. Let's go in our sitting room. Look around. All right, this is my sitting room. Now, these are log walls. I'm going to show you the thickness of the wall. You can see how thick it is. We did cover up the logs in this room to conserve and preserve the logs, to keep them from drying out. We took everything off. There was oilcloth on these walls with wallpaper, and we tore all of that down and we put paneling up first. We thought we wanted wood paneling, and we initially put that up, but we tired of that dark wood very quickly, and so I painted the paneling a beige color, uptown beige. This is just a bookshelf where I keep my books and my photographs that I enjoy looking at. This is my chair where I rest in the evening when my chores are done. A lot of the furniture in here Alan built. He built the house. He reconstructed the whole log home and took the shell of a house that we were given and made it into a wonderful space. This is a table he built. I like it sitting here by the chair. You've got a good place to set your coffee or your tea, whatever you're drinking. This is out in our backyard. This faces our backyard. There's a little playhouse and Alan's workshop back there. And I do have a bug in the window. I just spotted that. Making the photo op here with us. I do not have a couch in this sitting room. I wanted a big, large table in the middle, which Alan built, with just 4 easy chairs, just so we could relax and enjoy. These are some Crocs that his grandmother had in her shed, where they made so many pickles and so much sauerkraut back in the day. And we just kind of have them on display because we think they're so unusual and so neat. This fireplace mantle was here when some of his family took it in the 20s they wanted to cover up all the log walls with the oilcloth and the wallpaper, and so they put a new mantle up over the fireplace. They wanted a different one that looked really stylish and nice. I have this nice Hoosier cabinet that was in my kitchen forever, and when it was in the kitchen, it was great for storage, a wonderful piece for putting anything I needed kitchen-wise into. And then one day I said, oh wow, I would just love to be able to sit in my comfortable chair and enjoy looking at Granny Ann, my husband's grandmother's piece of furniture that was given to me after she passed. I've always collected blue willow, forever it seems like. I think it's a very pretty thing. I love this Christmas tree that I got for Christmas. I just like it. It's just a fun thing to collect. And I know there's all kind of things you can collect, but this I love. Love these things. Now, this is not blue willow, but anyway, I still love it. I like ginger jars also. I think they're really pretty. I think they are so pretty. I also enjoy, as you can see, I love crystal lamps. I have the other one over here on this table. I have another one here. I just enjoy them. I think they're so pretty. I wanted to show you this table that Alan built. When we got the house, he sat right here on the floor before we had any flooring or anything down. He sat right here and he built this table. I want to show you the saw marks on it. These saw marks. See the saw marks? Now this table was made from the wood on the ceiling. You see the beams on the ceiling? You see how dark that wood is? That's how dark the table was. It was that dark. And I said, can I please take this table and paint it white? He said, well, sure, go ahead. So I did a whitewash on it, and I just wanted to make it look very rustic. And yes, I have a rug on top of a rug. I like to do that. So, anyway, we just come in here, relax, look at the things that we enjoy. This is one of the front windows that goes out on my porch. I have a little porch swing there. A little table for your drink to sit on. Little wrought iron chairs out there. Out the front window. This is where Alan's, the big dad chair over here with his little area to relax. He has his books and his papers and his clock and his things that he needs. His coffee cup. Anything he needs is right there. Also, I just put this little shelf up there. Hung it up on the wall. Got birds. Things like that up there. You can hang your purse or your coat up there if you like. I'm going to show you this picture. If I can grab it and hold it up where we can get enough light. This house right here, there's 2 windows. I think I'm going to lie it down so that I can get more light on it and I can show you the room that we are actually in right at this time. Right now, we are standing, and that's the window I just looked out at the swing. That window right there. This is after the bulldozer had been here and bulldozed the entire grounds, which was an acre. This is my living room. This is the dog trot. This is the kitchen that we just looked at. This is the sitting room window. There were 2 windows. This is the one that looked out on the swing. Now I'm going to go down and let you look at this photograph. This window is my bedroom window, which we will see the bedroom. If you look closely, you can see Alan sitting on top of this window roof that he's making. This dormer window he's sitting up there with his hat on. So this is what we started with. This is before all of the lap siding was taken off. There were logs underneath. We did not know it. We just knew it was a lap sided house. He went over to repair some of the outdoor lap siding and noticed the wood underneath, and he took off some siding and found the logs. We were so excited. We took all the lap siding off. It came a good rain and washed all the logs. We let them dry, and then we covered them back up to preserve them for the next generations behind us. There were 3 different roofs that we had to take off step by step. It was a tedious job to take those roofs off down to the rafters. Such a job. All of it was such a job. We did electricity, we did heating and cooling, washer and dryer. We did all of electricity and, all the plumbing that had to be done for this old house. But I'm going to raise back up now, and I can tell you honestly that we enjoyed it. This is another table, just like the one I just showed you that Alan built. And it's got a tile top. He put a tile top on, which is wonderful. Nothing spills or nothing actually can ruin this table because it's tile. So this room we have really enjoyed. We've made it our own. It's definitely a place that we come in, we turn our fan on. If we're hot, we sit down, we turn our lamps and our candles on, we turn on our TV, we grab some books, we put our feet up with our recliners, and we literally just either relax, we talk, we just try to enjoy where we are at this point in our life, things we have going on, and we just enjoy ourselves. Guys, this is the other log cabin room to our home, and it is our kitchen. And of course, if you've watched my channel, I cook a lot of things in here. So this is where I do all my cooking, in the other room of our log cabin. So I am going to take you around with me today and show you some of the things in this kitchen and tell you about it. As we come in today, I've got some more of my blue and white dishes. I've got them displayed right here. Also, I want to show you this. This is a picture of a part of Tennessee. This picture, I hope you can see the home that is on the plate. This is the Hermitage Mansion in Nashville, Tennessee. It is the home of Andrew Jackson. This plate I found out and about, and it was made in England, and it is Edgewood. And I was so excited to find this plate. I just love that it has the blue and the white. So I have that on display here because it's such a part of Tennessee where I live. And I just love the plate. over here is a cabinet. This used to go just back to the wall of the cabin. One day I decided that I wanted to have a piece of furniture over here, and I decided that I was going to build it. I was just going to get a little help, from Alan with the saw. However, when we started to build it, I could not get my dimensions of the 3 divisions that I wanted for the cabinet. So he had to jump in. I needed to make the cabinet. I couldn't get the height the way I wanted it, and the division of the storage beneath and the storage above. But I've absolutely enjoyed having the cabinet to put all the things that are near and dear to me. At one time, I did have a lot of things in here that were not very personable or that didn't mean a lot to me. So I have cleaned it out some and just have the things in this cabinet that mean a lot to me. A lot of storage beneath. Now, I want to tell y'all about my dining room table. So let's look at the dining room table for a moment. The tabletop, I'll bring you over and give you a close-up. The tabletop is actually made out of flooring, wood flooring, that you would actually put on your floor. And this table, I think, is 2 inches wide, and I can't even hardly, I have it on coasters to clean underneath it, but I can't even lift it. It's totally, totally heavy. Let me bring you up close so you can see. It's actually flooring. The table is actually flooring. And I have 6 chairs. Now this table here, Alan made this table also. I love the finish on this table. It is, I don't know the name of the stain. If you're interested in the stain, I can find out. Just send me a comment and I'll send it to you. I love the way that it has this added extra piece on the edge. And of course I have 2 shelves down below for anything that I need. But I love this. It's so convenient in my kitchen. The shelves above, Alan also built. I just wanted a place to display some of my favorite blue and white things that I've collected. Little china set right here that he built the shelves for me to put my goodies on. My mother actually got me this teapot and this tea cover when she was in England one time on one of her visits to Europe. She brought me that back. She knew I would love it because she knew how much I love the blue and white. There's my little dogs, my other little farm animal dogs. This was Granny Ann, Alan's grandmother's, and she gave it to me. Other things are just things I've picked up. I do love a Waterford clock. I do have another one, I think. Yes, this was, let me show you this one. This is a little, well, here we go. This was my grandfather's watch. My mother had it after he passed away, and she wanted me to have it. And this is my mother's old watch. Oh, I just can't believe how tiny these things were. See how there's my thumb. So look at the size of the face of that watch. Isn't that amazing? But she wanted me to have that too. My daddy had given her that. But I love having my grandfather's watch. This was one that he kept on a chain and kept in his pocket. I hope some of you that are watching are old enough to remember men having these on chains in their pockets and women wearing these teeny tiny little watches. My mother was a tiny lady. She wore a size 4 ring. Her fingers were so tiny. I just had to share that was my grandfather's, and I've got it up here. So when I look at it, no, it's not working. I might could find somebody to fix it, but I love looking at it. Some of these other things are just little teapots. This is a clock that my daughter Hope gave me. I love that. It's got the heart and the arrow through it. I thought that was so precious of her. I love to look at that. I love this peacock on this piece back here. It is a music box, and I love listening to it sometimes. Got a story about this lamp that's over here on the window. My daughter and I went shopping one day together, my oldest daughter and myself. We went shopping, and I found this lamp in a furniture store, and I said, oh my gosh, that is the most beautiful lamp I think I have ever spotted. And my daughter said, oh Mom, it is beautiful, isn't it? And I said, oh yeah, it's totally beautiful. And so I said, I don't need that lamp. I've got, too much other stuff that I don't need it. So anyway, 2 or 3 days later, I came home from work, and I walked in the house, and gosh, went in the living room, and there was a place where I always had another lamp, and that lamp was gone, and this lamp was sitting there. And what I love about this lamp is, doesn't it remind you, the shade remind you of a lady's hat? And the colors, oh my gosh, just, I was so excited that my husband bought that for me. I couldn't believe it when I saw it. I was so thrilled. Okay, also another little thing I have on this table is a framed picture. I hope you can see it. It's a picture of Switzerland. It's a postcard that my mother mailed to my grandmother. And I was never so excited when I found this in an old Bible of my grandmother's, that she had saved it, and the note my mother wrote on the back. So, of course, I had to frame it. And boy, look at those mountains in Switzerland. Aren't they beautiful? I had to frame it. I love the blue. And it means so much to me. I look over there, and I think about my mother and my grandmother. Alan makes these charcuterie boards, and I have mine hanging here for when I need it. This plant I've had for maybe 20 years, and I just love it. It just and it loves the window, so we're both very happy. Now that I'm on this side of the kitchen, you can see my little cabinet over there and my shelving. And you can see this table over here and my table where we eat our meals right here that Alan built for me. Also, Alan put the floor down. If you're interested in this floor, I can give you, if you'll leave it in the comments, I can give you a link to this flooring. I love the lightness of it, the blonde color of it. I just think it's absolutely beautiful. Now I want to show you in our log cabin, these steps were here. There was a loft, and I want to show you this door, and here's the little knob, and you will turn this to keep this door back, to shut this door. This is where my collection of iron or cast iron is. I love cast iron. I love to cook in it. I love to serve my meals in it. It's a little extra storage, cookbooks, coffees, just a little stairwell that goes upstairs. So, has a little landing right here. And it's just a great place for storage. I really enjoy Starbucks cups. I don't know where it started or how it started, but I just started collecting Starbucks coffee cups. And I like to see them. I like the colors. I like all the artwork involved in it. I just think they're beautiful. I just think they're all so different. So, started collecting those. Right over here is our coffee pot. We love coffee. We drink a lot of coffee. This was a fireplace. Actually, when we got the house, this right here was a fireplace. Not me, but Alan took a chainsaw and he cut the window out to make this. It was all bricks from the fireplace that we took down and made this opening. Yes, I still have this up here because I just enjoy it so much. I still have it up here. Yep. What I have up here is pottery, things of that nature on top of my, up there. It doesn't go all the way to the top. So I just have little pottery items up there that I enjoy looking at. Love looking out my kitchen window. More pottery up there. And this is the kitchen. If you've seen my videos, this is where I do all the cooking. I've got everything handy right up here. All right, swing around. My refrigerator is here. Right over here. My pantry is here. I have more Starbucks cups on top of my pantry. It does not go all the way to the ceiling. Cookbooks on top of my fridge. Over here, above my door, going out of my kitchen, I have more Starbucks cups on a shelf that Alan made. So now I'm going to swing around and give you just an overall view of the kitchen. This light fixture kind of matches up to the lamp. I just really enjoy that. Let me back up so you can see the table he built. And this is sort of the overall kitchen. I love the light that comes in. Now I am covered on this window. There is a porch over it, and this window has a porch over it. So I don't get a lot of direct sunlight coming in. Wanted to go up and let you guys see my beams that are in my kitchen. This is a beadboard wall. It's original. It was up when we came. Alan built the beams. But now you can kind of get an overview of my kitchen. One of the things I enjoy in here are the shelves that Alan built. I really do enjoy those. I change them a lot. I move the things around, put different pieces of dishes up there, and just, I just change it around some. And I love what he did over here with the cabinet. I think he did a really good job on that for me. He really helped me. I tried to build that by myself, but I was not successful in any way. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed the tour of the kitchen. Yeah, I wanted it to be warm, inviting, a place you could come in, sit down, talk, enjoy a meal. The ceiling in here, I think, is only... How tall is this ceiling, Alan?
It's about 7 feet.
About 7 feet? Okay, so it's 7 feet, so it kind of comes down closer. And I've used every inch of the space I have in here. I don't think that I've wasted any space. I do not have a fancy dining room. I actually don't need it. I don't need the big dining room. I like the coziness of an eating kitchen. I hang little cards and little mementos over here that my grandkids give me. So that's how my granddaughter feels about me. She gave me that, and I thought that was so cute. And a lot of things my daughters give me. So I hope you've enjoyed the log cabin kitchen tour. This is a log wall. This wall is the log wall that Alan cut the window out. And that is a log wall over there also. And coming around, that is log. This is log. And this is log behind my fridge. So I hope you've enjoyed this tour. Guys, we're coming in the back door. And when you come in the back door, we're in the hallway. This used to be one big room. We made the hallway. We made the stairwell. And we made this first bathroom. Let's go on into our first bathroom on our tour that we first made when we got the cabin. Okay, let's tour the bathroom. It's a nice, handy bathroom. Alan made everything in here. He did not make the cabinet. We actually got that and we stained that. Here is a little shot of the back porch that I'm telling you about. It goes out with the back door back there. It's on the back. This bathroom, we built it when we moved in. All 5 of us shared one bathroom back in the day. And we made it just fine. And it was all 3 girls. That's it, 3 girls. And me and my husband had to share a bathroom. I wanted to show you the shower curtain in my curtains. This is a Pottery Barn. It's a Pottery Barn shower curtain and curtains that I picked up on consignment at a consignment store. And you know how I love these birds. And I just love the pattern. Every time I come in this bathroom, I just have joy because there's little butterflies all over this Pottery Barn pattern. I don't even know the name of it, but I've enjoyed it so much being in the bathroom. I found the Valance toppers also at the consignment store. Alan put a beadboard ceiling up on this bathroom. This was not the original beadboard. He put this up. He did the crown mold around on this room. Like I said, we sectioned it off and we made this room. And I've got another Valance up here. The same fabric. And you can see the crown mold. And I'm not sure if you can see the detail work he put into the corners of the crown mold, but he did such a great job on it. And I love the ceiling. Over here on the back side, this wall is all log. Behind this wood, the sheetrock that's up. I put up what I did back here in my bathroom is I put up a cabinet and a cabinet, and he built some shelves. On top, he put a shelf that was a whole length, the entire length. And of course, I had to load it up with everything I could find, which I did load it up, didn't I? But I do enjoy that. It's a good place to just put all your things. And in this room, I did move my washer and dryer in here, literally for convenience. And I love having it in here in my bathroom. Let me show you this washboard. This was his mother's. And she actually used that washboard, and I have it right over the dryer. I think it's just such a little memento. And I have a little iron that sits here on the dryer. Somebody painted a beautiful scene on this iron. I think it's so pretty, the way they painted it. And nobody's actually ironed any clothes with it yet. But you've got the iron and you've got the washboard. So actually we're ready, I guess, aren't we? And I want to show you this shelf that I made. This was a shutter I picked up off of the side of the road. And I put little shelves on it. Alan made me some little cobbles on the side of it to hold my shelving. And I just kind of hung that up there. And now, when I got it done, I was like, I don't even know what to put on here, but I've just got a few little things there. This wall on the back side, this wall is not log, but the other one was. This is sheetrock. This is a room that was added on in the 20s. And what I have in here is just some, kind of went with a, maybe seashells. The walls are a very, very light, and probably a seafoam blue. I do have one of the old pieces of furniture that was actually here when we came, and it is called it's called a wash stand. And I can show you. Let me get a little closer to show you the wood grain. It's a beautiful wood grain. This top that is on it, Alan put on there. Originally, there was a wooden top on it, but it was like bowed because this is where they actually washed. This was actually used as a wash stand with their soap and their pan and their towel hung across this bar. And it was actually used as somewhere to do their bathing. But I love the piece. I'm proud to have it. Not everybody has a wash stand in their bathroom. But I've enjoyed it in here. I couldn't believe that it was still together except for the top. The water had actually ruined the top where they had used it so much. You can see there's the logs going out to my back door. You can see my kitchen. We're going to go in there, and a picture of the logs. And this is out my back door. So see how close the bathroom is. That's another handy thing too. A lot of people have a mud room. That's my mud room, bathroom, laundry room. That's a room for everything. I have a ruler right here that I want to show you. You might not can visualize this on the camera, but it is, let's see, it is 12 inches. This one is, let's see, this one is 12 and a half. So I just wanted you to see the logs. They go all the way down to underneath the house. The logs are underneath. Oh, sorry, the ruler fell. Underneath the house, the logs are still running for support underneath. We did close up all the other walls, and we just exposed this one. A lot of people that come to our home say, oh, I've never seen anything like that. Never seen real logs. You can see there is on top of my door, there is a lid to an old cheese box, and they painted a checkerboard on it. This is an old photograph that was falling apart in the house, and I kind of put it up there so that as people are leaving, there's a momentum there to slow down and see the angels, or when you're coming in, slow down and take a look at the angels and Jesus. So there is an old medical book there that was in the house, the big fat book. It was here in the house. Some of the pages are hard to read because someone shot the book with a bullet through it. Just wanted to show you that. It sits on a shelf above the door. Originally, these logs were open to the outside, and sometime, we don't know what year, they were covered up with lap siding. When we got here, this was all covered up. But now this was an addition that the family added in 1921. The hallway was added on. This room. We made the hallway. We made the stairs. We did the stairs, we did the hallway, and we did a bathroom. We're going from the hallway. Now we're going to head into what's our bedroom on the back of the house. This was added on, part of it that was added on in 1921. Now we've redone it. We put new flooring down, of course. We took it down to the studs back here and did all the work ourselves. This piece of furniture here in the bedroom is Alan's grandmother's piece of furniture that I was given after she passed away, and they started working on redoing her home. So I was given this piece of furniture. In my bedroom, for curtains and privacy, I just have a simple white ceiling, and on my window treatments, it's just a simple lace curtain with a very, just a pattern on it, floral kind of pattern. And then I have, of course, just the shutters. If I want some light, I just open it up, let the light in. So it gives a lot of privacy. This piece of furniture was just part of a bedroom suite that I bought for this room. I wanted to try to match it, to match the flooring. So this is just a piece I bought. It does have the two bedside tables that came with the matching suit. This is just a floral picture that I love. And if I can get close enough, you can see how much work someone put into that. All the different colors and the needlework. that went into this picture. I also think that the frame, you can see how the frame is indented, and then of course the matting and the trim around is beautiful. This was a photograph. This picture frame hung in the log cabin, and this was a picture that was in Alan's mother's house of our wedding, and she told me she got the frame out of the old log cabin. It's sat empty for several years, and she came over and got this frame. It's an oak frame, and I just love it. And so that's our wedding picture up there. Let me back up so I can show you the bed. Our bed is a sleigh bed, an oak sleigh bed. And our bed is a king size. It takes up the it takes up the entire room just about. Now the sham on the bed is the one I use in the spring and summer, and it's just a reversible soft cotton. It's reversible, and I love the reverse side. It's darker. Sometimes I use it in the fall on the darker side, but I love the light color for spring. Now, this is just a Pioneer Woman, inexpensive little blanket for the bed. In the winter time, this is our winter quilt that we put on our bed. I got this one, believe it or not. I went to a Goodwill store in Mayfield, Kentucky, and they were having a sale. It was in the fall, and they had a lot of quilts in their store, and they were having a sale on these quilts. And I found this, and I took it up to the counter, and I thought it was so beautiful. Let me show you the reverse side of it. This is the reversed pattern on it. And I thought, wow, I just love all those colors. And this is the color of my wall paint in here, is that yellow. So I went up to the register and I said, how much is this quilt? She said, well, honey, all our quilts today are 99 cents. And I said, well, isn't that amazing? I came in to get a quilt, and I found this beautiful quilt. Like I said, I don't know if you can see that the bed is a sleigh bed, so I'll come down here to this little corner and kind of show you. It's kind of a faux sleigh bed. It does go up against the wall, which was great for the size of this room. This is my chest over here. Yes, I have a TV in here and I love it. I watch different movies and things at night. Have a clean air machine. This is another window with the same treatment. Same window treatment on it. I just have a floor lamp here to turn on in the mornings when I first get up. I do love to get the news, radio stations, that type of thing. I have a bedside table beside of my bed. This is my parents. I say goodnight to them every night. I miss them dearly. These were my children when they were small. I love to remember them when they were young, and when I was young too, and how much fun we had when they were that age. So I wake up, I see them, I see my parents, and Alan and I do share this bedroom, so I do get to wake up to my sweetheart in the mornings. So I just wanted to give you this little tour of my bedroom. My closets are here on this wall. Have another closet there. We had to make all the closets. You know, this house did not have any closet space, so we had to carve this out and make us a little closet space. I do love my floor that Alan put down. It's easy to keep clean. It was easy to put down, and I really do love the lightness of it, and then the dark pieces too. You can see how high our baseboards are there. He did put some little crown mold up there and around. I'm going to show you if I can. We do have beams in this room. We have 2 beams. Yeah, I can get it in the camera. We have beams, and they go all the way. The beams, let me go this way. They go all the way to this side of the room. So I do like the beams. They just add a little, you know, beams do just add a little something to your room. So I wanted to give you the tour of the bedroom. Guys, I want to zoom in and show you some pictures of our log house. When we started building it, this is the outside. This is my kitchen window. This is the corner, the kitchen window. This is the back of our house. You can see in this photograph, you can see the old tractor out there, and you can see the wagon right there. If you look, you can see the wagon. This is the bedroom wall. We covered up that window, made a solid wall in my bedroom. This is my kitchen sink. You can see the little thing that runs up here. This in my kitchen. That's the stairwell that goes upstairs. The Allen cut through the logs. This was originally a fireplace. He cut through and made my kitchen sink there. Here's some more photographs of the corner of the log cabin there. And the kitchen window again. And the next photograph is the side of the house. Wasn't it in terrible disrepair? It really needed a lot of work done on it when we got here. Yeah, I'm going to jump up here to, here it is now. And we had our porches on and our siding on to preserve the log. And there it is. Same, the old version. Okay, some more of the logs with the lath that they used to put the siding on to cover up the logs. Here's a picture of the wall, the outer wall of our living room. I want to try to zoom in on these brick. This was a fireplace, and you can see the logs there with lap siding on each side. And the bricks were so old, they literally had just crumbled into a pile down here. They just crumbled, and you could pick them up, and some of them were still in good shape, but most of them had crumbled away. Now, let's go back up here and take you back to the back of the house. Some of these photographs are on the back side of the house. I keep getting a little glare on there. That is the sitting room window. And let's see, sitting room window and dog trot right here in this photograph. Again, I'll just show you the pictures as we did the restoration. Here's the front of the cabin, dog trot, sitting room window, and kitchen window. The house as we came along and got the porches on and got it back in shape enough to move in. Photograph of my father-in-law, Alan's dad, and him working on the side of the house. Here's a shot of the home sitting out in the middle of the field after we had put our siding on. And a picture of it in the snow after we got the siding and the roof on and the windows on. So let's come back across here. And a lot of scaffolding to finish. Dog trot in the middle with the door, the kitchen window, and the sitting room window. We had come so far. Here's the photograph of the side of the house. And here's what it originally looked like right here. So this to this. And another picture on the side of the home. Just wanted to share these few photographs of actually where we started and the logs and how we've covered them up just to do some preservation so that the cabin will reside in good shape for our next generations that come along and understand how important it is to be caretakers of a log cabin built hundreds of years earlier. We take that on as a full responsibility to preserve our history here in the United States.